We check the weather forecast every day, before work, school, before running out the door, anywhere. But where do these forecasts even start? Well, photojournalist Brandon Schertler and I went straight to the source to find out. This is where the forecast begins. We get our most basic weather knowledge from a basic object, a balloon.
There's nothing better than being right there, up and personal with the weather, okay? And the balloons still do that.
For centuries, the weather balloon has been a foundational tool for understanding day-to-day local weather setups.
So we're using temperature, humidity, we're using pressure, wind direction, and wind speed.
Every day across the country and the world, meteorologists follow the same steps, like clockwork.
Right now it's 4 o'clock local here and 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning. That's when we launch the balloons. And actually every place in the world is doing it at the same time.
Providing a world-synchronized 3D snapshot of the Earth's atmosphere.
Basically, it's the engine.
It starts with the latex balloon.
And we fill it up with hydrogen. Once that's kind of filled up, I'll tie it off and then we'll attach a parachute to it.
The parachute deploys after the pop, slowing the descent of the key instrument.
So here's the radio sonde. The outer part will measure the temperature, okay? And the inner part will measure the humidity. And it will send a signal once per second, and that information will come down through some wiring onto our computer software up there, and I'll be able to read it real time.
As launch hour approaches, the equipment goes outside for final steps.
Okay, and we're going to tie it off, otherwise the gas will all come out once we pull it off this nozzle. Okay, that should be pretty good.
And now it's time for release.
The balloon starts at about 6 feet in diameter, but it gets way bigger. As it rises, it expands to nearly 20 feet wide, climbing above extreme heights, like higher than the Empire State Building, Mount Everest, and airplane altitudes, generally reaching around 100,000 feet, sometimes higher.
My most important thing is is to make sure that the flight it gets off to a good start. Because once we let it go, we have no control over what happens up there.
From that moment on, the data feeds forecast models used worldwide.
I would say a matter of hours before you could actually have a forecast model data.
For Environment Northwest, I'm Audrielle Tackett.